If one comes to call vengeance justice, such justice will only breed further vengeance.
What's up, YouTube? It's this CrownSpectro here, back here with another video for everybody. And today we'll be talking about the Ghost of Tsushima. And basically, I just want to do a little wish list of like what I would like to see from my Ghost of Tsushima 2. Like, this game is really good. Alright, it's a really good game, really fun samurai game. I just never really thought I would have got heavy into a samurai game like this before. Like, and it's crazy because like it feels like this game been out way longer than what it is. And like I looked at the release date and it was in 2020, in July, sometime in 2020. So that's crazy to think about. Like, it feels like this game's been out for probably like 2 years, maybe more now. And that's crazy that this game has been going so strong. You know, I had a lot of fun playing. I never played the director's cut. I had a lot of fun playing the story mode. I played the multiplayer. It was a lot of fun. All right. It was so many. The raids were definitely interesting. It was a lot of things. Meet a lot of different people when playing these raids and stuff. But let's talk about it though. Ghost of Tsushima 2. All right. What would I like to see from a Ghost of Tsushima 2? Basically, story wise, I hope they would continue with Jin's story. All right, Jin Sakai. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope they continue with his story. I rather them not like reboot it. You know, go with a different era in Japanese history. Now I know most the Ghost of Tsushima story takes inspiration mostly from Japanese history, and that's really cool. Honestly, I don't really know that much heavy into Japanese history. I do know that I think after this point in Ghost of Tsushima, there's supposed to be like another Mongol attack, like somewhere like 5-6 years down the line again. So like if that's really the case, then I feel like that could also be, you know, Jin also becoming the ghost again to go against the Mongols in like a 5 years later time scale. I would just love to see Jin's story continue, you know. And I'm not gonna sit here and knock it. If they want to try something else, you know, take another different era here, from Japanese history, you know, and just go with that, then I'm not against it. I'm going to play it because I love this game. I had so much fun playing it. I would love to see the idea maybe a pre-sequel as well of you know, the Lord, you know, Jin Sakai's father, and the Lord of the Tsushima, right? That was Shimura, basically. Yeah, Shimura. I would love to see like a pre-sequel story of those two. You know, I would love to see how their story started, how that all came to be, just how that all started. You know, this seems like an interesting journey to see how he became the Lord of Tsushima and how great Jin's father was as a samurai. And I feel like that would have been a fun story, or maybe a little spin-off game that could also work as well. But mostly, I'm ready to see a sequel now, because definitely I want to see this about like 2023, probably 2024, and probably an announcement at most at that time. But definitely, I'm looking forward to it. New weapons. I'm not sure if they can really do new classes right now. You know, I think we got the arrow, you got the archer, you got the samurai, then you got like the ghost, and then you have, there's one more, but I'm not thinking of it. The Ronin, yeah, the Ronin, the healer type class. Now those are some really good classes. You know, there's a lot of fun in those. You know, hopefully you can get a lot of do different types of samurai techniques and moves. Being the ghost, you know, the Shogun is definitely made very well. I don't know if the Shogun ever pardoned Jin Sakai at the end of Ghost of Tsushima. I don't remember that happening though. I don't think he was ever pardoned. And I remember Jin saving, you know, the whole island and everything, but I don't think the Shogun ever pardoned Jin. He might have did later on in the future, and that would be a great part of the story as well. If, you know, he was pardoned by the Shogun and Jin gets to continue being the ghost and doing his thing, you know. I just love to see you down the road. What is the story of Jin Sakai? And you have Yuna as well. You know, maybe they may have kids by the time in the sequel, and there might be a whole new clan formed under the leadership of Jin Sakai. You know, or you could also go down the route of Jin may very well become corrupted, or his ideas maybe, you know, he might come twisted. So his ideas may become twisted at some point, or someone may manipulate him into doing something that he may very well regret. And, you know, a new protagonist comes along and they may have to take over and take down Jin Sakai and become a new ghost. But then at the same time, I don't kind of want that to happen either. But that's just a possible, you know, future storyline for a sequel. I would mostly love to see Jin come back as a ghost. You know, maybe he quit being the ghost after this whole great fight against the Mongols, and then the Mongols finally come back, you know, a couple years later. It's probably like 7-8 years later down the line, and he has to become the ghost once again, and he must lead Maybe you go a little bit bigger this time than just the island. You know, maybe go to the mainland and you can just go against, you know, a whole army of moguls. You know, I feel like definitely the next game is going to have a much bigger map and a much bigger place for you to explore. I also wouldn't mind that you can add an extra person into your story mode. Like if you want to play with an online friend and you want to do your story mode together, that would be kind of cool as well. But I don't really matter to me, honestly. I just feel like that would probably be kind of a cool feature. But then at the same time, it might not be needed because you know you got the multiplayer mode, so I don't maybe feel like that's really honestly needed. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima definitely probably is better off as kind of just a single player story mode. You probably get a more surreal experience playing the game, and you feel more connected to the world when you're just you playing and listening to the story as you go along with it. There's so much I can go on for this. Like I just feel like there's just a lot in a long list that can probably stretch on to probably about 15 minutes of a video, but this video is not gonna be that long. Now the ghost mode, all that, I hope all that comes back. I would love to see that all be added to the second game. All his previous skills that he had from the previous game definitely should be in the sequel of the Ghost of Tsushima game. And I also feel like, you know, that his ghost mode, he should definitely be able to, like, you know, just go get more abilities. He should be way more skilled, way more trained as the ghost in the next game. He should be able to do some crazy things in the next game. Like, and like when I say some crazy things, I mean some real life crazy things, like some real Assassin's Creed type things. Alright. Now not too extreme Assassin's Creed. I'm talking about, you know, like the Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, those days. We're not talking about current Assassin's Creed games, that's a whole nother subject. Now, Ghost of Tsushima is a great story. I love the story. 10 out of 10 for me. There's just so much history behind it. That's why I said before I don't want to go too deep into the history of it. And I would love to see what they would do with the multiplayer as well. I'm wondering if they're going to start doing like new original story modes, 4-player story modes, you know, for Ghost of Tsushima, you know, for people to work together and play together and do new things with the whole system of multiplayer. I feel like there's a lot more they can explore in the multiplayer system of Ghost of Tsushima. With that being said, folks, thanks for watching. I'm CrownSpectro, and tell me what you think in the comment section below. See ya.